Hello guys, welcome to the new video. In this video, we will analyze the Nifty and Bank Nifty. So let's start ahead with this video. So if you see this Nifty chart on daily time frame basis, after hitting an all-time high of around 20,000 to 20,222, we saw a sharp correction which has almost taken to 19,700. Today the low was almost like 90,700, below, in fact below 19,700. But if you see on daily time frame basis, where we had like 19,200 as a level where it started rallying and almost we went 1,000 points in 3 weeks. So if you see the cumulative the losses what has given in the last 3 or 4 days is around like from 20,200 we have come around 500 points. If you see the we had gained around 1,000 points. Now in 3 days we have lost around 500 points. So if you see cumulatively we have almost added up 500 points. The interesting point about this, if you see, let me show you the Fibonacci retracement I will use from this base of the where the rally had started and to the high of the point where the rally dissipated. So if you see, interestingly, the confluence of 50% base where on the Fibonacci retracement, if you see, we have a 50% retracement zone where Nifty had previously also the candle which you see on Friday 8 September. The low was almost like 19,727. So today's, if you see, on the low is around 19,700. So there is a confluence of a support over here. Usually on a Fibonacci retracement, the golden zone, what we call it as like 50% zone to 61% zone, is where the a particular stock or whatever might be the index or the new stock, the usually what pattern is, it will be like it will take support near the 50% retracement, and then if it has to continue in the fall, it will bounce back and then give a downfall if it has to give. So today's almost, see, if we have yesterday also we had a gap down and then we had a huge wick at the top, there was a sell off. Today's candle, if you see, let me delete this Fibonacci retracement. So I hope we got the level of confluence where we have an 50% retracement from the rally what we had previously. From there we have corrected 500 points and 1,000 point was our rally. So if this is a 50% golden zone where usually it will try to take a support, and then if it has to fall, it will fall after a pullback, and then we can enter if this zone is broken after a retracement, and then it will we will enter for a short side. For now, after seeing so much of a 500 points down, you know down in the Nifty, we most probably will see a minor pullback or maybe a consolidation. Tomorrow's candle, if suppose Nifty opens somewhere at flattish around 19,740 or somewhere, then we might expect an inside candle which might happen in between this today's high, so today's opening and the closing price. So the important level is henceforth, like if you see, let me mark the levels for you. Let's take the today's candle opening price and today's candle closing price. So this zone, we will as of now delete the 50% retracement line. So if you see here, we have a range of around 18,840 to 19,840 to 19,740, which is our 100 points zone. If Nifty has to go further correction into the correction, we might expect a bounce back from here, and the resistance which the Nifty, if the Nifty rallies up, the first resistance which we might say is 19,800 level. So that is where we have a gap zone which is formed. This is a breakdown a gap breakaway gap on the downside. So the first resistance which will be the Nifty will be facing is 19,840 zone. So the one on the in lower side, the first zone will be in the where it might take support is 19,740 at 742 to 19,740. So that's it with the in the daily time frame. We have seen a correction, so we might expect a pullback, or depends on tomorrow's opening. I'll move to the lower time frame for hourly basis. If you see, previously here, if on this zone on this day around 8th of this September, we had seen previously closing was around this place itself, 19,740-700. So after a gap up, it has consolidated for 2-3 hours at this same zone. Today also, if you see, the first hour candle was a very huge, and afterwards there was consolidation, but there was a bounce back, and there was always a sell off in the today's session. But if you see, the important thing in this today's session is like it has held up 19,700 level. So the one level to be washed out is 19,700, and the resistance will be, the first resistance will be around 19,800. So I feel like we have done with the sell off. Like if some sell off has to come before the people would have entered in the short side, they will try to exit if we see a slight consolidation, or if it comes around 19,800, we might enter on the downside. So let's see on the 15 minutes time frame basis. Let's see Nifty on that smaller time frame, around 15 minutes time frame. We have seen a full consolidation happening around 19,700. So if tomorrow Nifty opens around flattish zone or somewhere around 19,750, so then it might consolidate in this entire zone what it had been, the level like around 19,800 to 19,750. So if Nifty opens like almost flattish to 19,700 and 730, so we might see a slight correction, and then there might be a bounce back again entering in this zone. So as of tomorrow, there will be a little bit of consolidation, and it will not give you a major crackdown, because already today, if you see, like last past 2 days, we have seen a correction, but we are not got an entry point to sell off. Always the sell off will come in a very swift momentum. It will not allow us to enter in the trade. So the people who would have carried, they would have gained. But today, yesterday also, if you see, there was a slight bounce back and then a correction and the sideways momentum. Today also, if you see, today morning a gap down with 100 points, and then we saw in the first 1 hour there was a huge sell-off, and then later on it was just a consolidation part. So for the tomorrow session, it will be either a sideways session, or if it is a gap up opening by around 30-40 points, then it will form an inside candle on a daily time frame basis. And let's move ahead with the option chain. As this is going to be a monthly expiry, it will be a very volatile session henceforth for the upcoming 5 days. So if you see today's session, around like 1 crore is the difference between put to call, open interest. So already the put to call, PCR has come down around to 0.7, so which is very low. So usually when the PCR is around zero point 0.7, zero point 0.8, we usually see a bounce back on the upper side, and then if the correction has to continue, it will continue from the upper zone. The upper zone will be 19,800. That's what as it suggests on the daily time frame basis, as we have a huge gap down, and we have that zone which is created from the day before yesterday candle and yesterday's candle and today's candle. So let's move ahead with the option chain analysis. So as of now, if you see, 19,750 is at the money strike price. So we have 118 as a premium and 103 as a premium for the both put and the call. So the range which forms on the higher side is 19,850. So which is almost the day high for us today's session. And if you see 19,750, the low will be like the break even point for these guys will be 19,650. So the zone as of now, the call rating is very high. If you see, around 63 lakhs today on 19,800 call, and if you see on the 19,800, we have almost 56 lakh. So almost tomorrow session will be a decider, as it depends on tomorrow how the Nifty is opening. So we will be trading carefully tomorrow, as we have seen a lot of crackdown in past 2 days, and we might expect a slight consolidation to the sideways momentum if the Nifty is opening on the gap up side or the flattish side. So let's move ahead with Nifty Bank on the daily time frame basis. Nifty Bank, if you see, we had discussed that there was a consolidation happened at the all-time high, and even if you see, we were discussing about this zone when we were doing the market analysis on a weekly time frame basis. So if you see, I had suggested that there will be a consolidation happening, because previously the same historical pattern was developed. So similarly, it sort of formed a doji kind of candle at the top, and then we have seen a huge correction from almost 46,000. We have come almost around 44,600, which is almost like 1,300, 1,400 points to crack down in the Nifty Bank. So the upcoming, these, if you see the zone, what has it formed in the previous session, there was a very huge time it had spent in this zone consolidating. So if you see the zone which comes out from this consolidation zone is around 44,600 to 44,000. So another, we have a scope of around 600 points for the bank nifty, but depends on tomorrow's candle how the, I think already we have seen a little bit consolidation is required before further breakdown. So I hope this one, the level 44,600 to 44,500 will be the zone where it might take a support, and there will be a sideways momentum. It will be not a, either side there will be not much of momentum, and it will build the repo for the upcoming monthly expiry. So we need to be careful with the bank nifty, because the candle on a daily time frame basis, it's very bad. If you consider previously on a daily time frame basis, if you can see, it has engulfed almost these candles. On previously, if you see, there are no such candle. One candle which had formed at the top, the similar candle has formed on today's daily time frame basis. So this had formed at the top, so which had engulfed all the previous candles. So today's candle is a very huge candle, but we need to see if the further crackdown happens. Before that, we might see a consolidation. If Nifty Bank Nifty opens gap down by tomorrow, then it will be a consolidation zone from 44,500 to 44,300 zone. So that we need to be careful with the bank nifty, as we have seen major crackdown in the HDFC Bank yesterday, and even today ICICI Bank. If you see, we have seen a lot of correction in the. I will show you the HDFC Bank for the clarity purpose. We have seen a major breakdown of the zone on a daily time frame basis. We had a lot of confluence around 1600 levels. So from where it had almost like all the time it had bounced back, and it had retested around 1700 levels. But yesterday's 2 days candle, it has been a very huge candles, and with a huge gap down which has happened. But today, if you see, there is a confluence. The candle which has formed as a kind of doji pattern. Let me clear the okay. If you see on a daily time frame basis, this was the candle where there was a news about the HDFC merger, HDFC and the HDFC Bank merger news. From there, we had a gap up, and the low, if you see, around 15,138. And today's candle also low, if you see, it is 1537. So it is almost at the base on a daily time frame basis. On a longer chart, I'm saying, and the previously 1600 was a major support which has already given a breakdown. So today's candle is very promising. In fact, it's kind of doji, and it has formed at a base. So from here we might expect a consolidation to the upward momentum till the 1600. So hence we need to keep a watch on the bank nifty for, if the bank HDFC Bank and the ICICI Bank moves on the upper side, or they undergo a slight consolidation, we might see the similar thing happening with the bank nifty. So let me go to the ICICI Bank chart as well. ICICI Bank, if you see on a daily time frame basis, today's candle is not that great. It has engulfed. If you see here, we had a lot of consolidation happened in this around 19,007, sorry, 970 to 960 zone. So today's candle, it has broken this zone, and it has entered in this channel, the horizontal pattern. So we might expect the similar thing to happen before cracking down to the downside, or it might take the retest at this level, and then if it has to correct, it will happen from that level. So I hope I'm clear with the levels. So it will be like tomorrow, if we expect a slight gap up or around flattish opening, we might expect a inside day candle on a daily time frame basis. So, and even the repo for the monthly expiry, it will build, because tomorrow it's going to be a weekend, and there might be a profit booking if it has to in the second half. So I hope I'm clear with these levels, and hope see you in the next video for the weekly ahead analysis. Thank you for watching, and please like if you like our efforts on the market analysis. Thank you. Bye.